purging is at last at hand. The day of doom is here. All that is evil, all that are lies, your parents, your ears, those who would call themselves your judges, those who have lied and corrupted the earth, they shall all be cleansed.
Enough. Yeah, we live in interesting times, as the Chinese might say.
Are you winning, Sir Kenaz?
Oh, I'm winning so hard I can hardly contain myself. Hello, we have here
Mobile suit goddamn pilot number 69420. Okay,
Greetings, mobile suit. Yeah, no, I'm looking here. They're talking, David Sachs just said, AI optimism is at 83% in China, but only 39% in the US. And somebody points out, we're about 3 job reports away from that number going under 10%.
Yeah, I mean, like what? The administration is using fucking DoorDash numbers to say that the economy is doing fine. I mean, it's just fucking funny, man. It's like
DoorDash numbers. Like, yeah, this would be funny if there weren't like global economic collapse involved. I mean, it's still funny, but it's just kind of grim funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
dear.
What did Trump say today? We need H-1B people because, we don't have enough talented people in America. No, of course not. We don't have any tech people who are out of work, no experienced tech workers in America, nobody who could do the job that you're hiring H-1B people to do.
They should speak the truth, right? I mean, I know they're not going to, but the truth that they should be speaking is, we want people who cannot unionize and who can be paid dirt cheap wages. We want them en masse to crumble the labor market because we don't want to pay you guys the fair wages. That's what they should be saying, right? But Sir Kenas, like you said it best, which is like, Donald, you never fail to disappoint. Well, I mean, he's done it again. He's just like, America doesn't have enough talented people, and oh, by the way, if we don't bring in 600,000 Chinese students, the universities are going to collapse.
That's I'd say what kind of an idiot believes this, but he's in the Oval Office.
I'm Donald Trump and I approve dismiss.
Yeah, damn, if I ever figure out how to get my soundboard back on here, man, it's just, there are so many sounds that that one I saw. I mean, I'm seeing that the AI bubble, I think people are starting to back away from it, but you're seeing, which is going to lead to even more aggressive attempts to sell AI. And, there's going to be, I think everybody knows a bunch of suckers are going to be left holding the bag when this thing blows up. And they know that it's a when, not an if.
Yeah.
Speaking as somebody who was working in New York during the 2000 tech pop, I mean, I was working in like word processing for law firms. So it was like law firms are generally pretty, like they're always going to have work no matter how bad the economy gets, because the worse the economy gets, the more you see people suing each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but yeah, I remember tech was the new industry, going to be the new industry. Everybody was investing in any 2-bit website that promised, it was going to change the world. I mean, I remember there was a site Cosmo. They were trying to be like what would become a later DoorDash.
Yeah.
Their greatest, what they were most famous for was throwing really good parties, and they got millions, very possibly billions in investment simply from investors coming to their parties and being impressed.
Pretty much.
I mean, you had pets.com, which had a great strategy, but had forgotten to factor in the shipping costs for sending 50-pound bags of dog food.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's when it was, when the web bubble shook out, you had a couple of people that stood through it. Amazon survived it. A couple of other tech companies survived it. I'm expecting there will still be one or two AI companies out there. There are things to be done with AI, but there's not going to be the kind of money sloshing around that there was before. And people are going to start asking hard questions about, okay, how are you paying for this electricity? How are you paying for this cooling? When do you expect to turn a profit on this? And if the answer isn't in the next quarter, we're probably not interested in giving you any more money, that kind of thing.
Yeah. It's like, they will ask questions, no doubt, but I think before they even start asking the hard questions, they're just gonna hit the other thing, which is like the limits on, the silver and the copper and what have you, right? Which, they'll be surprised to find, Sir Kenaz, America doesn't have enough of to build most of these conductors and what have you. I just noticed that Sir Richardson is here. Let me just make him a speaker because, it's a pretty small space, so it's all good.
Yeah, we're small, but we're fun.
We're small, but we're fun. Oh, dear. Yeah, no, it's, whatchamacallit. All right. Basilian thought 12 hours ago. Van Stards. America is not an economic zone. All caps. Exclamation mark. Okay. Trump. I view it as a business. Trump's plan to sell out America's future generations to the highest bidder, with 600,000 Chinese students plus many more into our universities. It's not that I want them. I view it as a business, Trump. We the people demand 100 million deportations. This guy is a fucking retard, man. 100 million. I've always been of the mind that selling people false hope, selling them delusion, it's like a fucking, crack cocaine. It's a very strong drug because once the illusion breaks, it's going to be a free fall, right? If you believe in the year 2025, America is capable of 100 million deportations, that's rubbish. So there you go.
Yeah, well, the whole thing about... Hello, Richardson.
Good afternoon. Good day.
Good afternoon.
You're glitching in your audio. Maybe fix the input kits. Yeah.
All right. Can you hear me now?
What's going on over there? Yeah.
Now we can hear you. Yep. Sounds good.
Go for it, good sir.
All right. Yeah, it's fucked. I also think giving people false hope is actually one of the most evil things you can do. You can have people subjugate for centuries and they're fine, but you give them false hope and they try to do a rebellion and fail. Then you just see them start killing each other en masse, killing themselves en masse. I mean,
I think the problem is we've got a country that is addicted to false hope. I mean, it's not even so much we're given yes, there's an industry dedicated to creating false hopes, but there's such an audience that's looking for it. I mean, and I think one of the problems we are facing right now is very simple. The American empire is collapsing. Things are not good. They're going to get worse before they get better. That's just, there ain't no way around that. And rather than accepting that, which would suck, it sucks. Yeah. There's no good way of putting it.
Just be Sir Kenneth, just be a 12-year-old. Just imagine yourself being a 12-year-old. Play with your action figures. Play with your Dungeons and Dragons stuff. 100 million deportations, 10 million robots. The hero is gonna come and save the day, Sir Kenaz. Trump failed us, but he's a stepping stone, man. He's a stepping stone to J.D. Vance. And don't mind the fact that his entire extended family is fucking Indian. His wife is Indian. His kids are Indian. All of that's irrelevant, man. The only thing that matters is J.D. Vance is going to get us to 100 million deportations and 10 million robots. And if he doesn't, he's going to be a stepping stone. That's all they got left, man. Like, it's fucking false hope. It's fucking 12-year-old children. And it's like, they're just a bunch of goyim. I'm sorry, Sir Kenneth, but they're just a bunch of fucking goyim. Sir Richardson, you got your hand up. Go ahead. You've got your hand up, Sir Richardson. Go ahead. Unless you have an audio issue, in which case, Sir Kenneth, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's just, unfortunately, people don't want to say, okay, well, if you admit things are bad, you can get to the next step, which is how do we survive this? How do we build something from the wreckage?
Yeah.
You can do that. But first you got to admit, well, things are bad. It's kind of like you got to admit, well, I got cancer before you decide on the option saying, la, 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 I can't hear you. I don't have cancer. Pretty much takes away any hope you have of getting over it or of like having the smoothest transition you can get.
Yeah. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And the thing is, right? The thing is that when you delude people who want to be deluded and who love being deluded and they all just behave like a bunch of 12-year-olds, you're going to get this impact. You're going to get like, and what's actually going to happen? What's going to happen is these people, and let's just be honest about it, right? These people, they're just going to yell loudly about, you got to vote harder, man. If you just vote harder in the midterms in 2026, Trump, he has failed us, but he's a stepping stone to J.D. Vance. So you got to vote harder. I mean, okay, man, you want to believe that, you can believe that, but the imperial collapse will continue. The great replacement will continue. It's just like, doomer bumper harvest, man. Holy shit. Oh, dear.
Yeah, no, it's really, really, things are bad, and we seem to be determined that we are going to do whatever it takes to make them, to get the worst possible ending.
Yeah. 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 Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Bad messaging Trump has made it harder, is moving to end. Okay, so we're seeing a bunch of copes from these like rightoids. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem on H-1Bs. Quote, under the Trump admin, we've sped up our process and added integrity to the visa programs, to green cards, to all of that, but also more people are becoming naturalized under this admin than ever before. More people are becoming... Oh, yeah, Sir Kenneth, you definitely need your soundboard for this. Total Goyim death has been achieved. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, dear. Deport the Mexicans, deport the Central Americans. Do it in a cruel, unnatural way. Obviously, don't do it in a way in which it impacts the demographic numbers in any way whatsoever, meaningfully. But at the same time, also bring in Infinity Indians who become citizens. Wonderful. Oh, my God. Bumper harvest for the doomers, so can I? Bumper harvest. And
it is just like, this is like doomer Christmas, man. It is. It's just, they can't stop, just making things worse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We also have one here. I just saw one on Twitter. And
if you find anything
Israel
interesting,
explaining that that we will reach the Euphrates. This is not a threat; it's a promise. Somebody just posted in return a picture of Tel Aviv getting like missile bombed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay. Speaking of cope, you got to hand it to the Zionists. Like, we can't hold a candle to the like Greater Israel crowd when it comes to cope.
Yeah. I mean, little Satan and great Satan following each other's footsteps, right? Oh, Sir Richardson, you're back. What did you want to say when you raised your hand?
Honestly, I kind of forgot because I was having technical difficulties, so my bad.
Oh, okay, fair enough. No, like, what do you think about this, like, whole Laura Ingraham interview where Trump just basically said, Americans, you don't have talent, therefore we need Infinity Indians. And oh, Americans, we also need the Chinese students because, like, otherwise the universities will go bankrupt. And oh, Americans, we need all this other shit. Like, what did you think about that? Like,
I'm not
just your thoughts on
surprised.
the.
Pure doom, I guess, because like I knew that was already happening, but it's just like, okay, I really hope that like people snap out of it at this point because like I mean, he's literally saying you're fucking useless to your face. Like, what are you gonna do? But like, they immediately jumped on. Like maybe Vance could do it. It's like, okay, you're just goyim. There's nothing I can do for you guys.
They're fucking goyim, bro. They're absolutely fucking goyim. Absolutely fucking goyim. Right?
Yeah, but in the context of like the people I grew up with and everything, just pure doom. Like there's nothing left here.
All right. Let me read you some cope. Ready for this cope?
Sure.
Okay. Fugitive Caesar at Tom Brady 5. I think this guy is like a billionaire psycho on Substack. So he's one of those like idiot goyim on Substack. All right, let's see what the goyim says. Okay. The stakes are either Trump fixes the country now in 1 to 3 years, or Democrats retake power. We go through another 4 years of Biden persecution, but 100 per times the intensity and scale. Guys like me keep their head down for 4 years. Then we fight a civil war and eventually win. And then he says a bunch of other goyim stuff. I'm not going to read through all the goyim stuff. But like, okay. So let me read you Aging Gamergate Child Soldier. This good sir has the perfect response. Right? And I'm going to read this whole thing because it makes the point crystal clear. Okay. Who exactly is going to follow you, in bold, into a civil war laughing my ass off? Okay. Mogroids, I think that's like MAGA plus going combined. Mogroids are going to be remembered by any right-leaning fighting-age male as being guilty of getting Trump into office who somehow managed to make the Biden situation worse. You will get fragged and everyone will be happy when the war is over without you there. These are the clueless aristocracy and Zentrum coalition heading into the paramilitary days of Weimar Germany. They can't even see the target they've put on their back by hitching themselves to Trump so doggedly. Leftists and rightists are going to curb stomp the boomer Mogroid, so MAGA and Goyim, coalition, which will fail to capture the interests of the fighting age males. After demanding to be taken seriously as a new establishment, MAGA is suddenly very unwilling to take responsibility for their vote. At best, Mogroids will end up at the bottom of the rung and never trusted with anything big. Hopefully, they'll just end up being expendable stormtroops for more. That's exactly right, man. Oh my god.
I hope so.
Looking at the latest Jeffrey Epstein email release, because I want you to mention that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Victim redacted. Spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. Police chief, etc. I'm 75% there.
Yeah. Okay, Sir Arnold Jindal is here. So we need to make
Arnov is here.
So we need to make him
Base
speaker.
meth addict is here. We should get.
Okay, but I need to make him speaker because I need to congratulate him for total victory over the Goyim, right? Because India is gonna colonize America and that's gonna be the end of the Goyim. So Sir Arnov, congratulations in advance for conquering America without firing a single shot.
Congratulations, Sir Arnov.
You guys have figured it out. You guys have also figured out how to do nothing and win. Eric?
Yes. I was telling people around when whenever that $10,000 thing was happening, $10,000 thing was happening, I was telling them that they will reverse it because this is the first year where America has a negative birth. Like the number of deaths are more than number of births.
Yeah.
So in the first 250 years of the history, this is happening. Yeah. So I told them that Trump will ultimately say that love me some immigrants, love me some Hindus. Like he will say because they have no other option. Like all these populists in Europe, he has to do the same here as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Sir Arnold, did you watch the interview he did with Laura Ingraham?
I mean, I just saw that part where he said that they're smarter than us and we need them and whatnot. I didn't watch the entire interview,
man. You just get the content for free. There we go. All right. Just call
Make
like
India great again.
Akhand Bharat, man. There we go. India just gets America for free. There we go. Like Trump's basically like, we don't have enough talented people, man. We need more talented people. And it's like, and then Laura Ingraham, like, you should see the look on her face, man. And it's like, what do you mean we don't have talented people? And Trump's like, we need the talented people, bro. Like, fucking, holy shit, man. Fucking Goyim. Oh my gosh. And these fucking Goyim, man, they voted for Trump. And now they're trying to tell people, well, Trump is failing us, but he's a stepping stone, right? He's a stepping stone. And I'm like, what's he a stepping stone to? J.D. Vance? The guy married to an Indian woman who's got 3 Indian kids. His entire extended family is Indian. Did you see that picture, by the way? 25 members of his family, all of them Indian. It's like,
I mean,
all right, man, just give the country, man. Just give the country to India. What are you waiting for?
Earlier, like in May, wasn't Trump trying to have like give us 5 million and you can have US citizenship? So he's dropping even that.
He's gonna drop even that, bro. Oh man, he's gonna fucking surrender that. Hey man, maybe in a few months he's gonna drop the price. It's gonna be like $5,000 for American citizenship, and all the fucking Indians are just gonna be like, all right, man, sweet deal, $5,000. Let's go. All right. Who's gonna bid lower? 4,000. I got 4,000 a year. Going once, going twice. And he's gonna bid. He's gonna fucking bid and auction the country away, man. It's so fucking disgusting. And it's like the fucking Goyim are like cheering for it. They're cheering for Vance. It's fucking ridiculous, man. It's fucking ridiculous.
The visa lines in the embassy are like going to like explode.
How are the visa lines in Mumbai? Like, are people like?
It's chock full. It's chock full.
It's chock full.
Like it has always been chock full, but like 1 month, like whenever that announcement came, everyone was quite scared.
Mm-hmm.
As like he will like by the end of this year, he will do 180.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did in November. Like like to be fair to MAGA, the rate at which Trump has like done an complete 180, like it is like for a human brain, it is hard to digest this level of changes. So like you have to be a bit sympathetic to them. Like I believe like you have to be a bit sympathetic to them. Like
why though? They're just a bunch of Goyim, man. Like okay, so you're telling me to be sympathetic, but like they're telling you gotta just vote harder, man. If you vote harder in the midterms and the Republicans don't get crushed, we're gonna have a chance with J.D. Vance. And I'm like, okay, so he's gonna deport 100 million people, even though he's got an Indian wife and 3 kids, and his entire family is Indian. And then they tell you, no, he's not gonna deport 100 million people. Trump is a stepping stone, and J.D. Vance is a stepping stone. I'm like, what the fuck are you stepping towards? Are you stepping towards the fucking cliff? Is that what you're stepping towards? You're a fucking
They're stepping
man.
towards old age when they could be like, well, things are fucked, but I'm gonna croak, so fuck
Bro, I'm 85 years old. It's the year fucking 2085. I'm 85 years old. 100 million mass deportations any second now. Fucking Goyim, man. Get the fuck out of here.
I've seen this for many years.
This shit, man. You just
Americans stuck chick, and then they hit like 60, and it's like, okay, I'm old enough. I no longer have to LARP. Sucks for you kids. And then they like go on yachts.
Yeah, bro. That's literally what it is.
Oh, I'm salty, man. I just turned 60 this year, and I'm fairly certain, I qualify for Social Security at 62. I'm probably going to take it then so I can get a year or two of money out of the government, if it's still around.
That's Russian roulette. It could be there, couldn't be there.
They turned the drinking age to 21 in like New York, which was the border. I lived near the PA-New York border. They raised the drinking age to 21 the year I turned 18. So I was like, I'm always getting screwed by this.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
like
always
by
thought
the
that was
time
stupid.
it's like now it's like by the time I can actually get Social Security, it probably ain't gonna be any in a few, soon.
Yeah.
Thanks guys. Make America great again. I'm winning, son.
Make America Akhand Bharat. Make America Akhand Bharat. We should just Honestly, bro. Look. Let's be serious here for a second. All right, we're joking around. Let's be serious for a second. Okay. They want a bunch of people who, have certain views, right? So they're like, okay, well, we want people who are not too socialist. They have some capitalist views, right? Then they want people who are into technology, tech sector, this kind of shit. Then they want people who can be molded into being like pro-Israel or whatever. Okay, so, I mean, India qualifies, man. Checks all the boxes, right?
I mean,
Pro-prosperity.
so Anna, like,
Yeah.
like this is a very shameful thing for me to say. Like, there is
Go for it.
no group of people
Yeah.
who will kneel down faster
Yeah.
than Indians.
Oh,
Like, we are the perfect cog in the machine. Like, we are we have no self-respect. We have no sense of
I
history.
mean,
So we can. So
you guys
yeah,
are a
like
big
so.
population. Yeah, I mean, you guys are a big population. I've met all kinds of lovely Indian people. I've met a bunch of Indian people who are awful. I've met the entire spectrum, right? But like, I'm making a generalization.
No,
Generally
no, no, no.
speaking,
That generalization is true. That's
yeah,
true. Like, that's true. Like, even without that, the visa lines were were full and choked. I mean, what
yeah.
I'm trying to say here is that, like, like we have a lot of elite overproduction in the country.
Oh yeah.
Earlier, I used to get quite angry with these people. Like, I was like, why do we care about these people? Then I saw the amount of remittances we were getting. Like, yeah, like, till the time we are getting that, yeah, like I will not
Yeah,
speak
bro.
anything against these people,
Yeah.
but I'm like, now it's like we have so much elite overproduction in the country. Let
Mhm.
them go. Like, if more people will leave, we have more breathing space here. So like, I'm being very selfish here, and like, yeah,
Mhm.
go be like security guards over there. Like, I know people in Punjab like who are millionaires, but the craze of being an NRI, like non-residential Indian, is so much that I
Mhm.
know a son of a millionaire who was desperate enough to like go. I wanted to go to Canada and all, and now he's over there like being a security guard.
Yeah.
And like in India, he's a millionaire. Like he
Yeah.
has like five servants doing his job. So
Mhm.
let these people go. Like
Yeah,
it's a
bro.
cycle.
Exactly.
Let,
Exactly, man.
like it's
Exactly.
a cycle. Let these people go. I have no issues. And yeah, and fuck America. Like who gives a shit? Like,
Yeah, bro.
like
Exactly, man.
these people hate our accents. Yeah, like who cares? You did
Yeah.
this to yourself. So yeah, there's no
Yeah.
empathy or sympathy with these people.
Yeah, bro. Like, the thing is, right? When I say America should just become Akhand Bharat, that's basically what I mean. It's like, look, India's got 1.4 billion people, right? Obviously, India's got all sorts of people. Again, some of them are good, some of them are bad, whatever, right? But because of the law of large numbers, you guys have like hundreds of millions of people who would qualify in that category that I just gave, right?
Oh
Like the
yeah.
generalization I made. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like the point I'm simply making is that let's say you're one of these like American elite or whatever, right? And you're just like, okay, I just want the country to be filled with the Zionist shills, and I want someone pro technology, and I want this like checklist. Okay, so 12 or 13. Okay, so just take in 10 million, 100 million Indians, man. Like they'll
Yep.
qualify, right? And it's like, so why are you complaining? Like Trump is doing what you wanted, right? Like when Christy Noem is saying a record number of people are becoming citizens or whatever the fuck, right? That's just you're getting what you voted for, guys. You're getting what you voted for. Which is
And
like impay the Indians.
they are going
Yeah.
to be a Hanuman statue in every state. There's going to be a Hanuman statue next to the Congress. Like, yeah, like, hey,
They'll make they'll make like
let's,
they'll make like the Kali statue, like the goddess Kali.
oh,
They'll
yeah,
because
yeah,
like
yeah,
in
yeah.
Bengal, so because in Bengal,
Yeah,
like
Durga
Muslim
Puja,
Hindus
like,
in
yes,
my
yes,
yeah.
yes,
I
yes.
mean,
They'll make
I
like
live in Jersey now. I've lived in the New York metro area for about,
Mhm,
let's see, going on 30 years, actually, about
mhm,
95 to 25. So I've been here a while. I really don't get shocked when I hear, oh, we're going to be having Hindu and Buddhist temples. It's like, bro, we've had Hindu and Buddhist temples here for a while. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's like
like
go to Jackson Heights in New York, you'll see lots of like mandirs. It's not a big, it's not, if that's what shocks you, oh my God, we'll have a statue of Hanuman. I'm like, okay, look, it is,
Get a
get,
statue of Kali. Get
get
a
a
statue
statue
of
of
Kali with
Kali,
like get a statue of Kali with like her wearing a garland full of like severed heads and like
yeah,
blood flowing everywhere. Get one of those.
I mean, they also pray, oh my God, they're putting mosques in the neighborhood. It's like, oh
Yeah, yeah.
no. Yeah. But
Oh
it like,
no, the evil Muslims, man. The evil Muslims and their mosques. I'm like, all right, man. Just if you want the Hindus, man, go for it, man. They'll make the Kali statue. They'll make all the other statues. Like if that's what you want, okay, whatever.
I mean, yeah, I'm more
uh,
than walking distance of a couple mosques here in Newark. It's like I'm already,
These guys are funny,
to the
man.
best
These
of my
guys,
knowledge,
yeah,
nobody has
yeah,
done a suicide bombing here yet. So, I mean, I guess maybe
yeah.
they're all just sitting around plotting. I mean, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, well, what are the Hindus going to do? Well, I don't want to look at it like a Hindu statue. It's like, man, I don't want to look at pornography, but it seems to be like available everywhere. I can learn to like look the other way. You can learn to look the other way at somebody else's religion.
Yeah. Which is
uh,
eventually what they're gonna do. Yeah,
so
which
can
is
I
eventually
ask?
what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Like one thing I will say is that, like, as you know, in India, like we have what 28 states. Every state has its own language, its own culture, and whatnot. So we are
Yeah, yeah.
always like in this low trust fighting zone. One of the things like going overseas was that like the only identity you had was of being an Indian compared to like, oh, from which region you are and whatnot. Now you're talking about New Jersey. A lot of my friends after like college, they did their masters over there. Now, like the amount of Indians that they are migrating, it's like even in New Jersey, the Indians over there are mostly Gujaratis. So
Mm-hmm,
now,
mm-hmm.
as the
Well,
number
we have
of
a
Indians are
lot of
going to increase,
Gujarati.
yes, so like the number of Indians are going to increase. So the tensions we have in India, the same tensions are going to happen over there as well. Like over there also, now being an Indian is not the only identity. Now like Gujarati enclaves are there, Marathi enclaves are there, Punjabi enclaves are there, Tamil enclaves are there. So even in like these countries, as more Indians will migrate, you are going to see the same sort of politics that happens in our country.
I
So
do.
that's a new thing as
I've
well.
got a warm spot in my heart for the Gujaratis because any Gujarati who manages to rob $500 million from BlackRock, I want to meet that man and shake his hand. I mean, it was like, come on, okay, the Hebrews at BlackRock were no match for the Gujaratis when it came to like, ripping people off.
There we go.
That was just brilliant, man. I'm like, okay, BlackRock got scammed. I'm like, anybody who does that, like, okay, everybody bitches about BlackRock, you managed to burn them for $500 million.
There we go. There we go.
He lived in Long
There.
Island too. I want to say, was it Garden City? He was in like he was in Long Island right near the Queens border. Yeah, and he just basically split with a whole bunch of money, and like everybody is like, when BlackRock is sitting there with egg on their faces.
Oh dear.
I mean,
Oh
anytime
dear.
billionaires lose, I win.
There we go. There we go. So Sir Kenaz is also on board Team Akhand Bharat, right? I don't even give a fuck. Like, you know what I find hilarious, Sir Kenaz? All these people, they're crying and bitching about, oh, we're losing the country to Indians. And number one, it's not your country, right? You never fought for it. You always told people to simply vote harder. Number two, why the fuck do you care, man? The Indians just are going to do all the things that you do, but better. They're going to get paid less wages. They're going to be pro-Israel. They're going to be like Kash Patel and like Vivek Ramaswamy or whatever the fuck. And like, you're just getting replaced. Like, why the fuck? like what's it called? Darwinian natural selection. I'm just like, you just lost, man. You just lost to the guy who's superior to you, right? Why the fuck do you care, right? And so like I'm
Trump
just not.
said that.
Yeah,
Like
Trump
you
said
are
that
talking about
exactly.
Trump
He
has
said it
like
on the
said
interview,
it in
bro. He
little
said it on the
words.
interview. he admitted it on the fucking interview, bro. He literally on the fucking interview, he's like, yeah, we need talented people from India, right? I mean, he didn't say India, but like, we know what H-1B means, man. We know what H-1B means. So, look, if he's admitting defeat, and he's saying, okay, America has surrendered, the great replacement is inevitable. Wonderful, excellent. There we go.
Yeah. Like why be in delusion? It's better to be
Yeah.
in hardcore reality. So yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there's no way we will never, like, we can't. Capitalism is based on the idea bottom line always go up. To do that, population has to
Yep.
go up. So long as we're in a demographic decline, population no go up. Unless we have to ship people in.
Pretty much.
The thing that astounds me is we have all this information. It's pretty clear this is all setting up, and then people are like, "But I still support capitalism, though, and I still support Trump. I just need to trust the plan harder." And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? They straight up said you're marked for elimination.
Goyim, man, they're fucking goyim.
Like, why
That's
are
what
you
they
not
are.
farming like Maoists, like rule, like I don't know, like rule squads or cells or whatever? Like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're just goyim.
Bro, they're just fucking goyim, man. Absolute fucking goyim.
These people will literally be like, oh, people in Appalachia don't have any jobs. They should just leave the place. And these are places where basically the population there's just been there for 400 years. And it's like,
yeah. So, but when other people take that exact approach, you're like, but America, kick them all out, deport them all, make them, be consistent. I mean, if you're going to be an idiot, at least be consistently idiotic. I mean, Appalachia is a great example of these people were there. They had kind of a hardscrabble existence. They weren't especially wealthy, but when the mines came around, I mean, mining was dirty, dangerous work, but you could afford like a brick house. You could afford to send your children to college. You could afford to do all those things. Then the mines have closed. The people in the Appalachians, like welfare used to be a huge stigma. You worked for a living. Now that there's no work, basically Appalachia looks like the reservations in terms of drug addiction, alcohol addiction. And that used to be a real concern for what we call the left in America. The Americans, they were really concerned. Look, impoverished Americans are dying deaths of despair. But nobody cares about that now who claims to be left. You don't see any real approach to the poor. In fact, you see a contempt for the poor because the poor support the bad orange man who is literal Hitler.
In 2015, I think J.D. Vance released a book about growing up in Appalachia, and he basically said the problem is there's lazy and don't work hard enough, and all these left-wing and liberal guys were cheering this and clapping them, and now everyone's forgotten that J.D. Vance was this guy they were all cheering on.
Yeah.
He's a snake. He's a perfect psychopath. He will jump on the backs of people to enhance his career.
Hundreds of guys like that in DC.
That's the thing that's the most surprising thing about America to me. See, politicians are cruel. For their own power, they can do anything. But the response of ordinary Americans to this is what surprises me the most. When the SNAP benefits got cut, I don't know if they're still back, but ordinary Americans, one can understand if politicians have an indifferent attitude, but normal Americans have this attitude. I think so. That says a lot about the country. For me, a lot of people when Trump for the last 10 years he's there. I'm the more I read about America, Trump is the actual sort of representation of America. He in a way, post World War II. I may not know what happened before, but especially post World War II America, I think so he's the perfect representation. And I think so that pisses these people off.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's a scammer. He's a con man, and he's a fucking liar, right? And he loves Indians and the Great Replacement, and he loves Indian citizenship in America. And again, he said it himself, Sir Ornov, right? So that's why I congratulated you in advance for like conquering America without firing a single shot. I'm like, he said it himself. He's like, Americans are not talented enough, man. We need more Indians here.
Sanjo will be so proud. It's like, in this case, the enemy has themselves declared that they have lost. It's like they themselves have like pre-declared conquered status.
You know what? I'm gonna rename this episode. So like when I send this to Sir Kenaz as a file, America is fucked. Akhand Bharat edition. I'm gonna name it. There we go. I'm gonna name it that. There we go. And look, it's a nice place to settle, right? You get all the farmland, and honestly, I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
I just thought about this, right? Okay, so when the Jews, the Zionists, the Israelis, when they call the Americans the goyim, right? Goyim means farm animals, so like cattle, cow, and like which country worships the cow? India. So there we go. It makes perfect sense.
No.
So, like in India, the average farmland on which like a single family supports themselves, it is like hardly 3-4 acres. And that same fucking like land, some American homeowner just destroys that land via land mowing.
Yeah.
So I think so.
Bro. It's much worse than that. Like sometimes what they do is they build a stadium, and they literally destroy the place, building roads and parking. And you ask the guy, okay, but why did you build this thing? And he's like, well, man, people gotta drive all their cars and park all their cars to watch the game. And I'm like, then why the fuck not use public transport? And then he said, like, this was like 10, 20 years ago, right? And then he told me, enough, you're stupid, man. Like, in America, you cannot go anywhere without a car. And so I'm like, okay, so I see what's going on.
All right.
So,
yeah, that's a cope answer. The actual answer is people don't want to associate with like minorities in other groups and like incidents of violence, but they don't want to say that. So there's always an awkward cope.
They don't want to say that, bro.
So
we had quick history lesson here. America had a pretty good rail system in Los Angeles. They had in most cities, you had really good basic public transportation systems. They were cut down, to encourage car sales.
That's right.
Yep.
That's exactly
that is
right.
absolutely, one of the reasons we don't have, there's a joke in Atlanta. They call it MARTA. The joke is moving Africans rapidly through Atlanta. People will fight not to have a MARTA stop in their neighborhood. People will
God.
the birth of the
line. We don't want it because we don't want we don't want crime coming in.
The birth of the suburbs also happens because of cars.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, but there's an interesting study done. Well, like during the 60s and the 70s, there were a lot of teen pregnancies that were happening, shotgun weddings and whatnot. So one of the conclusions they came on to was that due to widespread increase of car ownership, if you think about it, car is a perfect sort of place for you to do the deed. The amount of teen pregnancies that sort of got up was due to every household having a car. Like that, that is like the power of technology that we may never think of. But it's again that infrastructure thing that if you have the infrastructure, then you can have all these ideas and whatever your vision of the plan is. Because these Americans have another quote. These people are like, oh, but people like come here because of the values. And I'm like, no, dude. Like, values are a dead corpse if you don't have the money or if you don't provide that opportunity for the wealth.
Sir Arnav, it's much simpler than that. You got a country of Goyim, and you need the farmhand. No, I'm serious, man. I'm serious. I'm gonna start doing this now. I'm just gonna write an essay and on Substack. It's just gonna be about the Goyim and how Indians are the perfect. Indians love cows. They're gonna be, like like in Bengali we call them Rakhal, right? Rakhal is like the cow herdsman. You've got the stick. You hit the cow from the behind. You whip him from behind, and the cow plows the land, man. Indians, man, Indians and the Goyim, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Bring in more Indians, replace the Americans. Get it done, Donald John Trump. That's what the people voted for. That's what they elected you for.
This goes back to your earlier comment that like a lot of these like right wing people that are obsessed with like demographics, they're not really obsessed with like the actual math of it, or they would actually be like, shit, India's hitting like it's like colonial like stride where like the economics are all there to basically have them like colonize the entire Anglosphere in North America.
Bro, they don't care about demographics. If they cared about demographics, they would be freaked out by the fact that West Virginia, Kentucky, Missouri, all these places with like white populations and the working poor are getting their benefits cut and all this other bullshit. They would actually care about this. Like, when they say that they're racists and, we care about the white race, I call bullshit, man.
Complete bullshit.
They don't care. Bro, absolute bullshit, man.
They care about ideas. They care about ideas, which means they'll always pick, the subcontinent over that.
They don't care. Look. They don't care about race. What they care about is the guy the correct race, the correct class,
yep,
and in many cases the correct religion as me.
Correct.
Right? Once you figure this out, man, that these people are just, they are LARPing as aristocrats. They're not actually aristocrats. They're LARPing as aristocrats. Once you realize this, everything else clicks, man. They don't care about race. They don't care about class. They don't care about religion. They want to LARP and they want to play with their action figures. They're a bunch of goyim.
Do you want to hear a funny anecdote?
They're a bunch of fucking goyim. Go ahead,
this was like several years ago. There was like, just the usual like race baiting controversy, but like it was just some random guy online who was like in one of the Indian reservations, I think in like Oklahoma. And he more or less said like, hey, like, like fellow white people around here, I think you're having a bad rap. I think you should just come over to a reservation. I'll just like claim you're Indian and you just get like all our benefits. And like, then there was like these like a bunch of angry people in the reply saying like, no, we're white. We're better than that. We don't want to get like reservation like status. And it's like, why the fuck not? Why wouldn't you want to secure as many legal protections for your population as possible, considering what's happening with the numbers?
Yeah, for them, it's a LARP, man.
Poor white people more than white liberals are like white nationalists.
They hate them so much. Like, they won't give them any fucking money. They don't want them to have any legal protections. They don't want them to... Yeah,
it's like you're a white nationalist. Well, guess what? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X didn't say, well, I don't want to deal with this poor ghetto trash. We're only looking for black men with a job. No, they reached out to the community.
Yeah.
And they did. They were damn successful too.
Yeah. Take an average like, take an average Negro. Take any of these guys. Take a dude from Chicago whose brain is half mushed up with drugs, and he's shot and killed like 7 people. Take that black guy, right, and try and evaluate him with regard to how much he would stand up for another fellow black man. And then evaluate that guy versus one of these fucking goyim, right? You're not even going to get 1% of that same level of camaraderie, man. You're not. You're simply not.
So now, Tucker, sometime back, I think so, maybe a year and a half back, he had a clip where he was he was talking about George Floyd, and he was talking the question was about having children and whatnot, and he said it that like George Floyd had 3 kids, he has more of a legacy than half of you people.
That's right.
No,
he's correct, man.
He said that. But again, whatever you guys are saying, you are having a big assumption that these people understand human nature. These are the same population. When 9/11 happened, Bush, 1 week after 9/11, Bush said to them, go shopping, spend, consume to get over this. This idea that they have any understanding of human nature, I think so. It's a big ask.
It's a very big ask, man. It's a very big ask, right? And so like I've just gotten to the point where I'm just like, just fucking get replaced, man. Like if the great replacement is inevitable, and I think it is, then just get fucking replaced. Let's turn the chapter. Let's see what comes next, right? I stopped caring about these people the moment I realized that they don't actually care about poor white people. It's all fucking LARP. It's all fucking cosplay. Sir Alamo is here. All right, let's make him speaker. We got a nice tight group here, so anyone who shows up, I guess I'll make him speaker. But like, it's just like, man, I care about people who are serious. I care about people who actually their words and their actions they match, right? If you're some fucking guy who's playing or like pretending to be a racist, or like let me pretend to be this amazing martial artist or whatever, I don't give a fuck about you, man. Just get the fuck out of here, right? And especially now that we know for certain that Charlie Kirk can get assassinated and these people will do nothing, and all these other things can happen. Trump can do this crap and what have you. You're just going, man.
I knew they were gonna do nothing, but I just was realizing, like, even as it was happening, it's like, why are you like talking such shit? Like, I know you're not gonna do shit. The smartest thing you can do, therefore, is to be honest about it and just not raise a fuss or like, tell people to do offensive things. But like, you're like now saying you're gonna kill all of them, and then you don't do anything. That's like inviting people to kill you.
You should never bluff about these things. If you're making a serious bodily threat to an individual or a community, you should fucking do it.
People don't understand violence.
Don't do it.
It's really bad.
They don't understand violence. If you make a threat and you don't follow up, that means your word doesn't mean anything. And so the way you're evaluated is that, you're going to have actual enemies, and your actual enemies are going to look at that and go, okay, he's just a pussy. We can just do whatever we want to, right? Which is basically what's happening right now. I don't know. Yeah.
So enough, their idea of violence is playing video games on Twitch. Like that is their idea. Like I'm surprised. Like people on the right always say we have the guns. Where are the guns? Like are those guns for show? Are they toy guns? Like what is happening?
They're comfort blankets.
Like these people, if they're so fed up of immigration, form militias and shoot these people, and then they will not come.
Yeah. So, I mean, I really have to. Let me actually hang on.
Oh, here's a line somebody just wrote: "Based meth addict replaced it." I'm sure you're going to get bombed with comments after Trump's H-1B comments. Speaking frankly, I hope ours lose so bad that Democrats impeach him again. I've gone through the humiliation ritual of looking for a technical job recently. It's horrible. I've seen entire offices become an Indian village overnight. No issue gives me more autism than the American talent issue. I don't want to hear a single drop of cope from any Trump Glaze account. Any tether Trump had to reality was murdered by a furry. No more Miller will save us, Cope. Just like Vivek on Christmas for me, there's no recovery from this.
Sir Kenneth,
what?
Sir Kenneth, all of that is true. All of that is true. I'm just saying, rip the entire Band-Aid off. You've got the Goyim, you've got the Indians, match made in heaven, man. Give the Indians a bunch of sticks, they can hit the Goyim around, and they can recolonize the land. Just do it right now, man. Just whip the Band-Aid off.
I do think one thing I would note here is, yes, there are a lot of people right now who are really pissed off about Trump's comments. You're going to see a lot of people who are justifying it, and I would also add, a fair number of those people who are justifying it are getting paid to justify it, whether they're influencers, whether they're bots, from a botnet. Always take everything you find on the internet with a grain of salt. I mean, I think Trump has once again done himself some damage. They're now saying that Mike Johnson will swear in Adelita Grijalva at 4 p.m. today, and that will be the 218th signature for the Epstein discharge petition.
Yeah, lovely, excellent.
So, I mean, it's like, I'm glad. I'm hoping, I'm kind of with this guy here. I'm at the point where, I hope you lose the majority in 2026. I hope you spend 2026 to 2028 trying to stay out of jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can I ask, one, maybe sort of retort would be like the other side, like one thing with MAGA is like there is no side then to fall back to. Like the left will say the same shit with the same stuff with some politically correct bullshit, and Trump just said it literally. Like at some point, like both were going to say the same thing. I think so. Trump was just quite direct. But the interesting thing is that this thing, he could have said it next year at this time when he has lost all the midterm elections. The fact that he has said this thing 1 year, exactly 1 year before the midterm election, shows that how royally screwed America really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's another one of those cases that like Trump can't resist shooting himself in the damned foot. He's constantly making stupid comments that cause unnecessary upheaval. I understand he likes to speak off the cuff, and every now and then you're going to make a blunder, but a blunder like Americans aren't that smart and we need to hire Indians.
Yeah. Yeah.
When your entire slogan for 12 years has been "Make America Great Again."
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether the MIGA thing, I'm not sure whether the I stands for Israel or India at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather give it a choice between Israelis and Indians. I must admit, I welcome our Indian brothers.
So
that is a low bar to clear.
So Kenneth, the Catholic, is saying Indian polytheism is fantastic. There we go. We have it on record on Eurabiamania for future episodes. There we go.
I mean, Catholics have also got experience in being a minority religion. We know, okay, I believe it, like, all things being equal, we're much better off having a bunch of communities living together in basic peace and harmony of different religions, different cultures, etc.
Yeah.
It's like doing that. I'm much I'm like, okay, so long as Indians aren't telling me I have to spend billions of dollars to have them invade Pakistan, or I have to basically, I have to clear everything with the America-India Political Action Committee.
Yeah.
Or I have to, watch out that I'm going to lose my job and have all my social media accounts suspended because the AIDL, the ADLI, Anti-Defamation League of India, got on my ass. So long as y'all don't do that, we're good.
It's perfect. Sir Kenneth, it's absolutely perfect, right? Iran and the bros and our bros, we take out Israel, and then the Goyim, they're going to be like, oh, who's going to be our master next? And then India can fill up the vacuum. Perfect. Sir Kenneth, everyone's happy. The Indians are happy. The Muslims are happy. The Israelis, fuck them. They're unhappy. But the Goyim are happy. The Goyim are happy because the people on the planet who worship cows the best, they get to be the new masters. So they'll whip the Goyim around like cattle, and they'll have the perfect fucking because right now they're slaves to Jews, the Zionists, and to Trump and whatever. They'll get a better master. I think it's perfect, Sir Kenneth. Rip the Band-Aid off. Enough of this farce. Enough of pretending that you're autonomous or independent or whatever. America's dead. America's finished. Just make it Akhand Bharat. Make it Greater India and be done with it. Be done with this farce.
At this point, the question is, what is an American? What is
an
an
American? An American is just an Indian, man. An American is just an American. No. Listen. I finally figured out the definition. An American is a goyim under the thumb of Israel who yearns. No, listen. You gotta let me finish, man. You gotta let me finish. An American is a goyim under the thumb of the Jew who yearns for the whip of his Indian master to set him free. That's an American right there. That's an American. I've defined an American for you. Right? Because that's how they're behaving, man. That's how they're behaving. Like, they elect a guy named Trump. Trump's like, you know what? I'm going to have Kristi Noem go on Fox and literally tell all the MAGA rubes and imbeciles wearing their Fell For It Again awards that, hey, we are having record-breaking naturalizations and citizenships.
The tone deafness is really, really, truly astonishing. I mean, it is truly astonishing how that Trump is not smart enough to just realize, okay, maybe I shouldn't say this. I mean, I know Trump doesn't have a brain-to-mouth filter, and again, I'm sort of like, but, did you think that this was going to go over well with your base? And again, when they're saying, well, hey, we just got to stick to it long enough to get Vance in, it's like, he may have alienated enough of his base that Vance won't get in.
Oh, dear.
I mean, this guy, like I keep saying, every time I say there's I think we're safe on this one because there's absolutely no way anybody could be stupid enough to do this. Trump just pokes his head up and says, challenge accepted.
Oh, my God. Oh, Zerkenaz. Trump is the gift that keeps on giving, man.
Yeah.
Trump is a gift that keeps on giving. Holy shit, this guy.
I tried to warn the Goyim. I really did try. Like, I'm like, guys, you might want to stop.
There are a bunch of Goyim, man.
I try. Like, I'm like, you might want to stop identifying with like these concepts like the Anglosphere and the U.S. Empire because, like, yes, there could be a second one of those. It'll just be centered in India, and they're like, what do you mean? Like, we'll never do. And then it's like, okay, have fun.
Have fun, bro. Have fun getting colonized. Like,
it's like I beg you to like lead on your regional identities, and it's like they refuse, and it's like, okay.
Oh yeah, exactly. The moment you have because like, what are they doing? They're like, we want a universal empire, but we also want a particularist ideology of like ethno-state, white nationalism, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, so you're gonna do two, bro. You're gonna have two contradictory things. Okay, so you will lose to the guy who wants an empire and who also wants universalism. So you're going to lose to the Indians and Chinese, man. Right? Because again, they want to migrate and they want to settle and they want to, like, whether it's the Chinese in Africa or the Indians in like other places, like, you'll just lose to those people. I mean, okay, fine, whatever. Okay.
I mean, we did the same thing like 300 years earlier. Like, this is just basic economics. And it's like, the British thought they pulled this stuff a centuries ago, and then economics kicked in, and then just look at like England today.
Yeah. Sir Alamo, you've been awfully quiet. Anything you wish to say? You're a speaker. You can unmute and speak. And Comrade Stalinfog is here as well. So, I'll also make him a speaker.
Greetings.
Go ahead, Sir Alamo.
What's up? I'm just listening to you guys. Meanwhile, I'm on the background doing some work for when America was actually great. I'm conducting some research on what these guys did for the International Geophysical Year, 1957 to 59. And dude, they would do whatever they wanted, at least here in Latin America, and most likely worldwide, except in the USSR. They actually, I mean, you can feel why they want it back, but this is never gonna happen. I mean, the complexity is just, it can never go back to what it was. It was so simple. They did what the fuck they wanted. Man.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the 50s. Yeah, that's all I got here. I'm listening to you guys, having a little fun while I'm cleaning up my database of participants of this International Geophysical Year.
Nice. Well, thank you for being a listener, and if you have some comments and thoughts, go for it. We're a pretty chill group here, but like, yeah, no, bros. I mean, I just like, I watched the interview, I just laughed my ass off. Then I watched all the copes, and I'm like, just be done with this farce, man. Just be done with it. Give the land to the Indians. You can save everyone the next 50 years, right? Because we know what the trend is, right? And like when they say,
So enough.
yeah.
Like last week when Zoran won, everyone was like, "Oh, now learn Islam, kneel 5 times a day for namaz and whatnot." Now Americans should learn how to milk cows. It's like
They should learn
it's the only thing that's left.
They should learn how to paint statues, man. They should help out their Indian master. Like, look, they're a bunch of good guys. Look, hey, man, look. If you want Americans to work with their hands, I got the perfect sales pitch for you. Learn how to be a carpenter and learn how to be a painter. You're gonna be needing those skills because, like, all the Indian Hindu temples, they're gonna be painting statues and shit, and they're gonna need your help building up all that stuff. So,
By
there
the
you
way,
go.
Mamdani and that New York election, he's an Indian Muslim. Like everyone was like
I
talking
know,
about, oh no,
I
he's
know, bro.
Muslim, and it's
Hey,
like
he's
you're
perfect, bro.
yeah.
Bro, he's perfect. He's perfect. He was born in Uganda, so he's African by birth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he's like by descent, he's Indian by ethnicity and descent.
Yep.
By religion, he's Muslim, right? And he speaks like what, 6 languages or something? Perfect, man.
Yeah.
Obama 2.0. Welcome Obama 2.0.
But they're all like
I
flipping
just,
at like these
yeah.
things, and it's like look at the overall meta level like thing happening where like elites are basically married into Indian families or like appointing people and just setting things up for like the next 40 years, and everyone's like, huh?
Yeah.
And by the way, this has been
That's
happening
not,
since like the 1970s. Like if you were like knowing
yeah.
where to look.
Yeah. There we go. Oh dear. All right. Ooh, let me read this thread. Agnosis. Okay. As it turns out, circling the wagons and attacking anyone who dared criticize the George Floydification of Saint Charlie Kirk the Martyr didn't cause Trump to suddenly crack down on the left. Certain people who smugly insisted I was wrong are eerily silent about their incorrect move. Maybe, thanks to the Zitter outrage, Trump might take some token action to avenge the white boy, quote unquote, who was beaten and handcuffed for defending his honor, but I'm skeptical he'll even do that. More likely we get a base, quote unquote, Vance tweet, some GOP saber rattling, and then back to normal. You can literally be shot in front of the entire nation as an avatar of Trumpism, and Trump will use your death to brag about his tacky interior decoration upgrades, quote unquote, spray painted gold Home Depot accessories, and preach at your funeral about the alleged cure to autism. So many people, many of them extremely prominent in the dissident sphere, several in real-life organizations, all of them posted the proverbial black square and proudly proclaimed that they would make sure the left suffered for the death of Kirk. This was a mistake, and some of us knew it. Performatively attempting to turn a former political opponent into an undead icon for your cause that he famously hated is dumb. The sycophants wax poetic about revenge fantasies that will never happen as the skeptics watch prophecy after prophecy fail to materialize. The GOP hates you, white man. They want you to continue to be loyal voters, campaigners, and foot soldiers, but they don't want to give you anything material. They'll let you get shot and beaten, and if you're a racist or anti-Semite, they'll cheer it on. Yeah, participating in the mass psychosis. Okay, so this guy, he's about 50% there. I just gotta give him the final push. I'm gonna do him a favor. I'm gonna give him the India pill. I'm just gonna be like, okay, bro, like, if the whites are gleam to begin with, then just switch masters, man. Like, instead of Israel as your master, just have India as your master. India will treat you better, bro. You're a cow. You're a farm animal. Indians love farm animals. So, what's the problem? I'm just gonna give him the final push, man. I'm just gonna do it now. Oh man, these people. Jeez. He's correct about everything else, by the way. He's correct about these things. So, let me quote him and repost. All right.
The thing that did strike me out about that post is even now he's like, well, maybe we can still convince Trump, and it's like, you're not convincing. He's like not even mentally there, and also like this is what he believes in, and they're still like, oh, it's the bad Boyers that are doing this. No, this is his opinion.
Yeah. Trump is like, I am not at all surprised that, because like Trump's politics, like Sir Kenneth knows this better than me, but like Trump's politics is always from like, oh, America is in the 1950s or whatever, and we're still in Kansas and America rules the world or whatever. And so he why are you surprised that he loves legal immigration, that he loves talking about how talentless Americans are and we need more legal immigration, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, that literally, he's an octogenarian. He's gonna believe all that shit. Obviously he is. Oh,
It feels like someone gave Trump the truth serum or something. Or like he was under some medications which has he's like, I can't even do some statesman shit. I just be direct and honest.
yeah,
Why beat around the bush?
yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. If you gents find any interesting copium and hopium and seeding and rage-filled comments, just read them out loud. Because we're just having fun. We're just shooting the shit, and it's just hilarious watching this meltdown, guys. It's just absolutely hilarious. Oh my gosh. What a fucking shit show, man. Jeez. What do we have here? Agnosis. It's like he's trying to make his online worshippers look like idiots. LOL. Well, I mean, that's true. Alright, whatever.
Well, to be fair, his online followers are like all only too happy to look like idiots on his behalf. It's like, I mean, I just keep playing that. It's really hard to get upset about the fact that this guy is taking advantage of people who are desperately want somebody to take advantage of them.
Yeah. Pretty much. Oh. What do we have over here? We got all these funny guys, man. They're just losing their minds. People are still trying to justify this crap.
Again, I figure people are going to justify this. People will try to justify anything. You know, the fact is, like, he's not winning a lot of fans and influencing a lot of people with this one.
Alexander Dugan says, the best thing Trump can do to save MAGA is suicide. I disagree. I think the best thing he can do is just doing what he's doing right now, which is like fill up the country with Indians. I think that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect, man.
I have one. Dave Green says we have to be prepared for this, period, in reply to someone saying, like, what happens if Trump doesn't do shit and then the liberals come and start killing everyone for the last couple of years? It's like,
How are you going to be?
oh, you
Okay,
need
so
to start
what?
preparing?
Start preparing. Okay, so how are you going to prepare? How are you going to prepare, bitch?
We're going to post online harder than we ever have before.
We're going to post online and we're going to vote harder. Look, man, we know what's going to happen to Dave Green and these fucking idiots, man. They're going to emigrate, right? They're going to talk a big fat fucking game and they're going to emigrate. They'll go to Canada, they'll go to Mexico, they'll go to Europe. They'll fucking leave, man.
Like at least just admit this and like organize your immigration together instead of just going haphazardly one by one.
Bro, just be honest about it. You're not a fighter, you're not a warrior or whatever the fuck. You're a fucking podcaster or whatever the fuck. Like, just get the fuck out of there, right? If you care about your safety so much, get the fuck out of there, right? Like, why are you pretending to be a fucking tough guy? I don't understand these people. I really don't, right? So, whatever. I think, like, these people will figure it out. But if they don't, then, they can learn to love the whip or the lash of their Indian masters as they, the Goim, get marched around the fields and do farm work, basically. So, like that's what they're good for, and that's what they're gonna be doing. So, oh dear.
So now, like, finally, these people will become the Brahmins. They always think they are.
Oh.
Like, I mean, these people are like so idiotic. I mean, what can I say about them? But like,
hey, Sir
like
Arnav,
these
Sir
people.
Arnav, it's your moment, Sir Arnav. Once again, congratulations for getting 9.6 million square kilometers of land for free. Congratulations. It's your moment, right? What do you have to say?
Yeah, it's amazing that like without any effort, the enemy surrendered.
Pretty much.
it's it is
their
outstanding.
leader, bro. Their leader, their great leader, Donald John Trump, went on live television and told everyone who voted for him, Americans have no talent. That's why we need to import Indians. That's worse than fucking surrender, man. That's literally like, I'm gonna fillet the Chinese. It's the equivalent of that. That's what he did on television. Like Sir Kenneth was saying, he never fails to disappoint. That's what he did, man. That's what he did.
It's like snitching on your gang
Yeah.
to be a government witness or whatever. Like having a plea deal. Like, hey, save me,
Oh man.
take these other people off.
Oh my. It's too much. I'm having too much fun, man. Holy shit. One of you guys. Oh man. I'm gonna keep laughing. Too much fun. Now I know how the Joker felt in Batman when he was like laughing out loud. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Even Alexander Dugin is like, Trump should just commit suicide. Holy shit. People are losing their minds.
Alexander Dugin handing him a dagger and telling him go with honor.
Go it on. The Goyim are stupid animals that deserve. I got something for you guys. Let me share this to the spaces. I'm just gonna put it in the comments section. I'm just gonna put this in the comments section. Yeah. So just give it a few seconds. By the way, these are all Goyim. Every single one of them. Anyone who behaves like this is complete Goyim. Right?
I saw this. I saw this
right?
one. Like,
did you see the replies under it? Did you see?
Yeah, this guy is like full time. He's like Spengler this, Spengler that.
Yeah.
And he fucking writes this. It's
Sir
like...
Sir Arnov, this guy is like prime Goyim. You need a prime whipping
Oh,
stick.
yeah.
You need like a prime whipping stick. You gotta whip him around the field. Make him do some farm work. That's what you gotta do, man. That's what you gotta do. Oh man. So for those of you who are listening to this and they're wondering what we're talking about, there's like this autist. He's called Spurgler Acolyte. I think he's got a Substack as well. I don't know. He's on Twitter and Substack or whatever. But like he talks about decline and fall of the West all the time. He's one of these like online autists, right? He's like prime Goyim material. Okay. So he has this quote post. Okay, so disclose.tv. This is what, disclose.tv. Okay. Trump says that H-1B immigrants are necessary since there are not plenty of talented Americans. Okay, Laura, we have plenty of talented people here. Okay, Trump, no you don't. No you don't. No you don't have. You don't have certain talents and you have to. People have to learn. So now he's advocating for like, replacing Americans with like Indians. Anyhow, and then what does Spurgler Acolyte say? Stephen Miller, save us! ! All caps.
That was the most pathetic thing yesterday, to be honest.
Okay. He may have read Spengler. I don't think he understood Spengler.
Yeah.
Oh, our old pal Americanets has like a great tweet quote here from somebody who said, yes, we offshored those jobs because we couldn't find anyone here willing to work for what that job is worth. If the value of a task is below what the worker is willing to accept, you either don't do the task or find someone who's willing to do it for less. That's capitalism. And Americanets just comes out, well, it couldn't be more obvious than it is here. As long as there's one person in the entire world willing to do your job for less money, one desperate person out there in a hole somewhere, they will replace you. They see nothing wrong with that. That's capitalism. There is no ideology more cynical or loathsome. They believe in nothing except shareholder value and the line going up. Even the worst villains of history felt some form of kinship with a group they were part of. And while the desperate person on the other side of the world is doing the job you once had, they're furiously working to replace him with a machine, with software, until humanity itself becomes redundant. I mean, you can't really argue with that, can you?
So, Kanas, I was just thinking that if Trump had said this in an off-camera remark and whatever, like, he didn't know the cameras were rolling and whatnot. Like, I was just thinking that Nixon was someone like the tapes, whatever Nixon said, like, it is retarded. Like, think about it 50 years, like before and now. It's like, it is retarded to the point that Trump has said this in front of television, like live television on Fox News. Like this is not he has said it on CNN or
on live television, Trump tells not just every American, everyone who voted for him, that you people don't have talent, right? You people cannot learn. We need to bring in people. We need to bring in people to make them learn the skills. And look, like Sir Arnav, again, I gotta congratulate you. Congratulations for conquering America without firing a single shot, getting the 9.6 million square kilometers. Again, the Goyim, right? The Goyim are gonna get conquered by the most cow-friendly people on the planet. I think that's fantastic. Give the Indians the whipping stick. They can whip the Goyim around, get them to do farm work. Congratulations, Sir Arnav. Trump himself surrendered on live television. Kristi Noem then went on and said, we are having record citizenship. Fantastic. Excellent. Sir Kenaz ripped the Band-Aid off, and I wish there was a soundboard or whatever the fuck, but that's what this is, man. I mean, Sir Axman is here. Excellent. Sir Axman, how do you make of the unconditional surrender of Donald John Trump to Akhand Bharat? What do you make of it?
I mean, it's the classic Trump pull. I mean, he is throughout his entire career, he's the number one rug puller. Nobody rug pulls the way this man rug pulls nobody else. I swear to God.
Top going? Yeah.
I mean, he might be there was some Jewish rabbi, like, the Goyams are stupid. The Goyams are stupid. He might be, he's only beaten by his own voters. He's only beaten by his own voters.
Sir Axmed, what do you make? I know you weren't here when we started the space, but what do you make of the proposal I had, which was like, the Great Replacement is inevitable. So, right now the Goyim are being beaten up by like Israel and like Greater Zion, and I'm like, my proposal is simple. I'm like, okay, so look, if you're just a slave to begin with, why the fuck does it matter that the Indians rule you instead, man? Why the fuck does it matter that the Indians rule you instead, right? Like, the Indians, they love cows. They're the most cow-friendly people on the planet. You're a bunch of Goyim. So again, perfect match made in heaven right there, right? They can whip you around the whole day, right? And so, like, what the fuck is the problem, man? Why are you upset? You're getting what you voted for. Trump said so on live television, right? Then Kristi Noem and then these other people. And now they're all saying, you know what, legal immigration is amazing. It's not just H-1B, by the way. There's like at least 12, 13 different visa programs, right? I think that's wonderful, man. Excellent. Sir Axman, what do you think?
I mean, there was one tweet where one of the MAGA supporters said, I'm so fucking disappointed by what he did. This is against everything we ever believed in. I'm still gonna vote the Republicans in the midterm 2026. That's the money shot. That's
You
the money
fucking
shot.
slave.
They have invested so much to
Goyim,
this.
man. Fucking Goyim. They're fucking Goyim. They're gonna vote harder, man.
They have invested.
All the Goyim, like, what were the Goyim telling us? The Goyim were telling us Charlie Kirk is dead. I never wanted to be the villain in my story, but now you've made me the villain. You better watch out. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're gonna forget about him in a month. And the thing is, I was wrong. It didn't even take a month for them to forget about him. Like, mentions of his name and everything, it ended even before September ended. And so now it's like Charlie Kirk sycophants and these people, they're like going around on campus, right? And they're like, oh, free Charlie Kirk, free speech, blah, blah, blah. And then Antifa just attacks the guy, right? Attacks the Goyim. And then they start shouting, what you gonna do, white boy? What you gonna do? And nobody's like, Trump's not gonna save these people. It's very obvious. Trump is not gonna save them, right? And the thing with making bluffs is when you make these bluffs and you threaten people with violence and you don't follow up with it, you goad the enemy into seeing your weakness and going further, right? And so that's why I keep on congratulating Sir Arnav for winning the war before it's even fought. Congratulations. 9.6 million square kilometers, at least over 200 million Goyim under your service, right? Whip them around, do what you will with them. I mean, you guys worship cows anyways. Wonderful, excellent, right? It's very clear what's going to happen, right? And the copes people are making about this of like, oh, Trump has disappointed us, but he's going to be a stepping stone, right? Motherfucker, what the fuck is he a stepping stone to? What the fuck is he a stepping stone to? JD Vance, the guy who's married to an Indian woman, 3 Indian kids, 30, 40 Indian extended family. What the fuck? Okay, no, enough. JD Vance is a stepping to what? The fucking cliff? Fucking goyim. Absolute fucking goyim, man.
Sir, do we like for JD Vance in his book?
Yeah.
Like his extended family is Indian because his side of the family all died due to fentanyl
Oh yeah, bro.
addiction.
Oh yeah, I know, man.
Because they were
read the book,
lazy
bro.
people. Because they were lazy people.
That he said it
They
himself.
were not. They were un-American.
He said it himself. Here's the hilarious thing. Here's the hilarious thing. People should actually read JD Vance's book cover to cover, and they should do it 3 times. First time they should just blitz it. Second time they should take notes. Third time they should normally read it. Once you read it 3 times, it's very clear what kind of a man this guy is. Number one, he's an opportunist, right? He says what he wants to get elected, right? The sob story and all this sort of bullshit. It's all marketing crap. Second thing, he's got no loyal. Like when he says these people, man, they don't have any loyalty whatsoever to the white race or whatever the fuck. They don't, man. They don't have any loyalty to the white race. All they got is opportunism, right? JD Vance is the perfect example. And after that, after the opportunism, after all this other shit, right? The last thing that you notice about JD Vance when you read the book is that he is deeply into the technophilia and like AI and all this sort of bullshit. He doesn't give a fuck about them, man. He's like Goyim grade A Goyim. He's also grade A Goyim, man.
I was horrified when that guy was selected. And everyone's like, "What do you mean? He sounds great." And it's like, do you not remember the fucking book? And it's like they never read the book.
They never read the book, man. They never read anything. Oh, Comrade Solenfrog, go ahead.
We're doing mic check. Can you hear me okay?
It's a
Sounds
bit
good.
low, but you're good.
Little
We can
low,
still hear you.
but
Yeah,
talk
a
louder.
little low, but you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. So on JD Vance, he is very fake.
Yeah.
It's completely fake. It's all an illusion.
It's absolutely an illusion. Anyone who's read the book knows that he's a fucking fake, man. He's an absolute fucking fake. Yeah.
He's a classic politician. Like all these people are the same. Like these people will climb on people's back, then they will forget them. Like he's no different than others.
Yeah, bro. Sir Axmed, go ahead. You have your hand raised.
So, as I was trying to make in my previous point, some of you might ask, why are they still attached to the MAGA movement, as they see him continuously backstabbing them 24/7? And Sir Malcolm, he talked about in a different podcast about a book that I hopefully gonna read soon. It's the When Prophecy Fails, when they have been shown irrefutable proof that a event or a prophecy or a messiah does not live up to their expectation or has been proven false. In certain circumstances, they often more than not attach themselves further because they have invested so much into this. They have that admitting that it's fake or anything else it's suicidal. It's the end of the world for them.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, well. I mean, look. They are goyim, number one. Again, you always gotta start by saying that. Number one, they're goyim. Number two, they're just having a bunch of wild fantasies, man. I'm not even gonna call it a ghost dance, because, like, at least the Indians, like, the American Indians, when they were, like, declining, they had some poise with regard to that stuff, right? They had their delusions as well, but I don't call it the white man's ghost dance. I think it's far more pathetic than that. Let me actually read you guys something. Okay. Agnosis. Okay. If there is a civil war, white nationalists lose. Stop engaging in insane, violent fantasies and accept the reality that Trump and the GOP suck and you need to build up outside them. I agree with 80% of what he said, but I don't think there's any room left or time left to even build anything. Because, whether it's the market crash and all these other things that are going to happen, it's just going to be catabolic collapse, and it's going to accelerate from that point onwards. And so it's like, yeah, they're gonna keep having these violent fantasies of like 100 million people will be deported, then 10 million robots will be built, and then we will purge another 1 million Muslims or whatever the fuck. Like, at this point, bro, I treat them the same way that I treat those, like, Mongolian death metal singers who speak about, like, Genghis Khan's gonna rise up from the grave any day now and conquer the world again. Like, that's the level of crap these people are, like what did you say, Sir Kenneth? You could not smoke enough crystal meth to write this stuff?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like a lot of times okay, I understand the theory of prior investment. I get that. I mean, it's really hard to admit, okay, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
But at some point, you just, you got to realize, okay, I'm not just reaching, I'm stretching out like Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four here. It's like, okay, there's really no explanation for this other than I was lied to.
Pretty much.
I mean, the only thing that's more embarrassing than getting caught up in a lie is doubling down on the lie.
So, Kinaz, the only difference is that usually politicians have that lawyer talk, so you have to read in between lines with them.
Yeah, but
Trump
you've been reading
is just so
lines.
direct and simple.
We make fun of the guys who read the Kabbalah, like, this is Kabbalists are looking at some of these examples for like, no, this is really 15D chess. Trust the plan. Trump knows what he's saying.
Yeah, man, sure.
If you look at this tweet that happened, like, on the that was a Q thing, on the 4th anniversary of this particular Q tweet, a bunch of Republicans all tweeted the words FISA, and the tweet happened to refer to FISA. So they're giving Q speakers they're giving Q believers a signal that trust the plan. Everything is going okay. It's like, again, like I couldn't smoke enough crystal meth to reach that level of schizophrenia. I mean, that's what it is. This is not, you're not making an intelligent defense of your team. You're coming across like a loon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're seeing a lot of that. I tagged you, Sir Arnov, because this guy that we tagged, he actually briefly showed up on our spaces. I think he might even be listening anonymously right now. But like,
yes, he was.
I was gonna
it's not showing, but he was there.
I was gonna invite him to be a speaker, but like, I think he left in like 2 minutes or whatever. Like, after I started praising you and Akhand, he just left. But like, I know how to trigger these people. It's too easy, right? So from now on, we're gonna have Sir Arnov as a regular guest, just to like troll and spite these people. Because like, look, bros, you gotta get used to the new management and the new leadership, man. Like, your country's getting replaced. The great replacement is inevitable. You gotta learn what the new boss wants, bro. You gotta learn what the new boss wants, right? In with the old, out with the old, in with the new, right? It's just like, oh my god.
The day is going to start with 5 minutes of prayer. People need to learn Vedic chants. Like like new changes in the manifesto. Like, yes.
There we go, man. There we go. This is what we want. Oh my, I'm having too much fun, man. Holy shit. Comrade Stallenfrog, go ahead. You've got your hand raised.
Yes, I heard you were just talking before about replacement theory. I noticed in Great Britain, the Green Party they're basically just openly that's the goal.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like, the Green Party, and the thing is, right, each of these parties, honestly, I think if you apply, like, what does Sir Malcolm say? He's like, if you apply truth serum to these people, and you just got them to admit the actual truth, many of them will just admit to you that, this immigration stuff is mostly cosplay, LARP, and cope, and we really only say it to get votes. But like, actually deporting a bajillion people, we don't have any logistics or infrastructure for it, right? So that's the thing. Sir Axmed, you don't have to keep raising your hand, Sir Axmed. Just like, and also Sir Comrade Stallenfrog, just like speak when you wish to speak, good sirs. But Sir
my
Axmed,
hand wasn't raised. My hand wasn't raised.
Okay, I don't know why I can see it, but I can see that it's raised for some reason. Anyway.
Wait,
It is showing. The hand raise is
Yeah,
showing.
wait. Let
you
me
have to
fix
put it
it.
down. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I put it down, I think.
No worries, bro. No worries, bro. But like, what do you think? Like, should just let the Indians have America? I don't see what the problem is, man. I really don't. I really don't. Oh my gosh.
No,
It's just
like the numbers are too small.
yeah. So let me see who else is let me see who else is speaking about this subject. There's so many interesting tweets. So many interesting tweets. Oh, here's a good one. Sean Padraig McCarthy. The American dream isn't dead. People can still afford to raise 6 kids on a make-work job as long as they're willing to get on their knees and suck Israeli cock every day. Oh. Oh, what a farce, man. What an absolute farce. Okay. Borzai. Prompt Borzai. Dugan saying Trump should kill himself is one of the funniest things I've seen in a Oh man, they're getting India pilled, man. This is what India pilling looks like, man. Trump is an agent of India. He was always an agent of India, but they didn't figure it out, right? Oh
There's
my
one
god.
tweet I found here. There was some guy named Bow-Tiered Ranger. He says, quote, I would literally take 10 illegal Mexicans over one HB1 Indian, and it's not even close.
The more he says that, the more Sir Arnob's victory is inevitable, right? The more he yells that out loud, the more Indians he's gonna get.
These
More
people
Indians,
don't realize
more
how bad
Indians.
this is psychologically. It's like, oh, like I will never do this thing. I'll do this other humiliation instead. It's like you can't. Your brain's not even sovereign anymore.
Your
It's like
brain's
one
not
master or
working,
the other.
man. Yeah. Pick the Indian master, man. Pick the Indian master. You're a slave anyways. You're goyim. The Indian master is gonna treat you better, bro. Look at how well they treat cows, man. Look at that, right?
Yeah, go ahead, Anna.
No, go ahead, Sir Kenneth. I just found something interesting I was gonna share, but you can go ahead. It's all good.
No, it slipped my mind now, so go ahead. All yours.
Okay, so Congress, Arizona. Okay, so Arizona has a bunch of these congressional districts. So Arizona 01. Arizona 01 is like, if I remember correctly, it's like a very rural area. I think the largest settlement is like 20,000 people. They just did polling. Okay, so in 2024, Trump won this place by 4 percentage points. Okay. Sir Kenneth, what do you think the polling is showing right now?
Oh, I'm guessing Trump is losing.
By how much?
Probably at least 4 points.
Trump is losing by 8 points.
Yeah, by more. Yeah.
Okay, so he lost 12 points of support. Yeah. I think that's the whole thing where you have to be careful about social media. You come on social media, you've got a combination of true believers and paid influencers.
Yes, sir.
In the real world, people are kind of like, hey, wait, I didn't I didn't vote for Trump for more H-1Bs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump is hemorrhaging at the moment, especially among young voters. Like you're seeing like 20 to 30 point swings, like at the moment with Trump.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
So enough, like this is like all because of the number of people who always say nothing ever happens.
Oh, yeah,
I think so. Trump is making it happen all at once.
Yeah, no,
Where are those people?
I agree with you 100%. Like these people, man, I don't call them goyim just to be like annoying. I call it to be empirically accurate because that's what they are, man. Like they want other people to do the dirty jobs that they don't want to do. And that's why in their world, nothing ever happens. And they're like sitting in the palace or whatever as like 4 aristocrats. And like everyone else just does that. Yeah, but okay, but the world is moving on without you, right? Events are happening without you, right? And so you're just going to get crushed, right? But like, gentlemen, this is one of those other like Trump accounts, right? Based Americana. Okay. So he's making a list of all the things Trump has talked about. Okay. 50-year mortgages. Sinking H-1Bs are making U.S. missiles. Abysmal deportation numbers. Antifa still mobilizing against Turning Point USA. Walking back $100,000 H-1B sponsorships. Rhinos, Republican in name only, refusing to gerrymander. Republican infighting. Communists getting elected mayor of the world's financial hub, aka New York City. Attorney General getting elected after fantasizing about murdering Republican children. I think he's talking about Virginia. Tucker being ostracized by AIPAC-funded Congress members. Am I missing anything? Question mark. You know what, bro? Like, you know what you're missing? You're missing the part where you say America becomes Akhand. That's what you're missing.
That is pure Americana. Like all the things that he has listed, that is Americana.
There we go, man. There we go. He's figured it out. He's finally taken the doomer pill. I'm just like, Sir Kenneth, I'm loving this doomer harvest. I wish every day was like this. Today feels like Eid, man. This is the best.
Yeah. Oh, it is just like, I will note, one of the things with immigration is most of the people who were working in the tech industry were perfectly happy to have like immigrants doing the agricultural jobs or doing the custodial jobs. I mean, okay, as early as when I was going to college in the 80s, you could still put yourself through college in the United States by doing things as like, by washing dishes at a local like restaurant.
Yeah.
Today, like in America, almost all those jobs are held by immigrants.
Yes, sir.
That's like, that was a way you could earn money in college, but that was also a way for a lot of people, okay, it's not a great job, but it keeps a roof over my head and it lets me like, it lets me buy food and I get a meal at the end of the shift. So that was gone. The people who, were like, you see pictures from as the 40s and the 50s of people like, white people and black people working together in fields to pick fruit, plant cotton, what have you. That was still happening. Today, you had people in Georgia in the 90s who were working in chicken processing plants, who were like, again, white people, black people, American citizens. All those jobs today are largely taken by undocumented immigrants.
Yes, sir.
So that's like, again, for working class people, I'm not even saying working class whites, working class Americans of all colors have lost a significant job opportunities to undocumented immigrants. And nobody really cared about that until the H-1B visas started hitting the tech industry.
Yes, sir.
Well, of course, because it's class warfare. Basically, what happened with the other groups is people didn't care because they were like lower class whites or whatever. So it's like, oh, they're complaining about Mexicans, whatever. And then what's happening with H-1B is the exact same process of people losing their jobs due to increased competition and people migrating happens. And suddenly all the people who were like, like, oh, whatever, it is what it is, are like, no, these fucking Indians, no!
Yeah. That's exactly right, man. That's exactly right. And the thing is, right, as Kenaz was saying, this has been going on for decades, man. Decades. And when people were talking about these issues, they were lampooned, they were ridiculed, they're mocked. And then at the 11th hour, they're like, oh, now we gotta worry about the Indians. Motherfucker.
They're only saying that because the upper middle class jobs are getting competed and sent over now.
They're NIMBY ass.
I noticed with this particular collapse, it's been from the 2008 collapse on. I came of age in childhood during the years I lived in northern Pennsylvania during the time when the Pennsylvania, what had been the industrial center of the United States, became known as the Rust Belt. But all of those times, during Reaganomics, you saw like a lot of benefits accrued to middle class and upper middle class people. Working class people, things were hard and got harder. 2008 on was the first time that I remember the middle and upper middle classes starting to get kneecapped by an economic downturn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, but what they did is they did their own form of doubling down that's just as silly as the famous trust the plan. This is 12D chess stuff. They decided that what they were going to do was they were going to prove they were good citizens that believed everything they read in the New York Times and NPR, whatever. And, that was going to make the jobs come back, or at least it was going to preserve their job. And I mean, unfortunately, in this economic downturn, pretty much everybody that's not even in the 1%, in the 0.05, 0.1% is like 0.01%. Are the only ones that are actually getting wealthier from this downturn. It's now the downturn has gone up into like what used to be the influential classes.
Yep. The influential classes. Let's see how long they can stay influential as the economy implodes, right? So
I mean, this happened, one of the reasons for the Highland clearances in Scotland was being the landed gentry became expensive, especially when, they've welcomed like Rothschild banks in, and a lot of those landed gentry are suddenly up to their necks in usury payments. And it was more profitable for them to throw like the people that had been living on this land for, not only generations have been living on here since before the Romans got stopped from coming here.
Yeah.
That's like everybody wonders, well, hey, that town, Nova Scotia, like, why do they call it New Scotland? It's like because it was settled by a bunch of people that got tossed out of Old Scotland.
Oh, dear.
So that's, it's the same thing, we're seeing here. Our landed gentry, our wealthier classes are starting to feel the pinch, and they're going to suck every drop of blood they can out of the people beneath them.
Yes, sir. They're going to attempt it. I don't know if they're going to be successful because societies break apart far easily than they anticipate. We have, actually, the G-Man. Ooh. I've looked at his stuff every now and then. Let me actually make him speaker. Sir G-Man, are you okay with speaking a bit? Let me see. Let's make Sir G-Man speaker. We've got a tight group here, so don't really mind having multiple speakers. What a fun day. Just watching the freak out is hilarious, man. It's just like, Shang Tsung voice. Your soul is mine. I can feel all the souls.
Fatality.
Fatality. Yeah, I'm feeling all the fatalities already, man. It's just like they all fly towards me, and I all just grab all their souls. Maga is like that right now. Okay, I think Sir G-Man is speaker. He should be able to speak. If not, just send me a request, Sir G-Man, and I'll make you a speaker. Let me read actually what these idiots are up to. All right. What are we up to here?
Before Sir G-Man speaks, I just wanted to make a quick comment. Last time I spoke here, I predicted that the government shutdown would last all the way to the new year. And I feel so fucking mad that how wrong I was because the fucking Democrats caved for no reason.
Yeah.
It was all about the.
I also expected it to last, but like what they really did. So we ended up being incorrect, right? Let's just admit it. But like what they ended up doing is, funding runs out November 22nd or whatever. We're gonna extend that to January 31st. We'll do like a stopgap thing. And in addition to that, the Republicans gave us a promise, like a pinky promise, that sometime before middle of December, they'll figure out something about Obamacare, right? And they'll hold a vote on it. And I just laughed. I'm like, okay, bro, so you guys also deserve a bunch of fell for it again medals, basically, for believing in that bullshit. So
I think it was about the elections. like as soon as the elections happened, once like Democrats had wrapped that up, it was always gonna be a deal happening.
Panic sets in! ! Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Todd Blanche, and others plan on holding an emergency meeting today on the Epstein files as the discharge vote nears. Republican Boebert will reportedly be there. It appears there is an all-hands-on-deck effort to try to prevent a vote on the Epstein files. Sir Kenas, what do you think about that?
Hey, why shouldn't he fuck up the handling of the Epstein files? They've fucked everything else up to date. I mean, I can't really say that, like, it's okay. Maybe you knew you were mentioned in the you almost certainly knew that your name was in the Epstein files. Maybe you shouldn't have made the Epstein files one of the pillars of your campaign.
But why did they
I mean, am I doing, is this like, am I doing like Patrick Mockridge's, like one of our, like, your former Eurabiamania guest of ours? One of the smartest guys I know does these great mathematical proofs that, like, I'm sure they're absolutely brilliant, and I could pretend I understood them, but, is that like, is it similarly difficult to say that, maybe if my name is on the Epstein files, I shouldn't go on at length about releasing the Epstein files because sooner or later I'm going to have to release them?
Why were they so stupid though? What was the plan?
There wasn't one.
There wasn't. I mean, the Democrats knew that there are Democratic leaders and, like, politicians on the list. They didn't start pushing to release it till, like, Trump started pushing to not release it.
Yeah. The thing with Trump is that he painted himself into a corner the day he said, Epstein files is a priority. Because, like, dude, maybe you're so fucking senile that you seem to forget that you were his best buddy for, like, years. But why the fuck would you commit to that? All you have to do was do nothing. You just had to remain silent. And if people made too much noise, we'll be like, oh, we're just working on it. Whatever, man. We're just working on it, right? And you could, like, go through the 4 years or whatever the fuck doing nothing, right? But no, he had to, like Sir Kenas, like you said, he had to make it a priority number one. So,
oh, like, that was his whole thing. He ran on, he was going to release the Epstein files, and then
bro.
I'm not going to do it anymore.
He's a fucking retard, man. He's fucking retard. He's a senile old fart, and he probably when the riots and the mutiny begin, in the White House, fantasizing about, like, doing, like, construction and real estate, because, like, he's probably his stroke and all this other sundowning shit's gonna get worse by then. Okay. So 9 minutes ago, Trump personally called Representative Laureen Boebert, urging her to withdraw support for the bill releasing the Epstein files. 9 minutes ago. So, Sir Kenas, this is going to be very, very fun.
Okay, I mean, he put it like, this is a classic. He's in his Uggs wine. There's nothing he can do at this point that doesn't make his position worse.
Correct.
After crap, yes.
He's absolutely got himself stuck in that. And it's like, got himself stuck in it and won't shut up about it.
There we go.
I mean, again, that's another one of those, I have another failure of imagination. It never occurred to me that, like, somebody who wanted to, somebody who knew that, okay, maybe my names are in the, maybe my name is on the Epstein files, but, at the very least, I'm going to make sure that, I'm basically going to just, like you said, we're working on it. Okay, we're going to release a few papers here that don't have my name on it. whatever, but, once it became clear that his name was in the files, let's see, it didn't happen. The Democratic files are fake. My name was put in there by the Democrats who who made fraudulent stuff in here simply to ruin me, etc.
Yeah.
And it was just like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know the rule, the first thing you do to get out of a hole?
Stop digging.
Stop digging. And again,
So Kinesh, he was facing a problem naming government shutdown and the SNAP benefits. He has said something today, like this thing, which made people forget about that. So he's finding a way to get out of a hole.
Yeah.
It's not like this is a strategy in reverse.
Yeah, well, this is my strategy. Yeah. I'll say something, I know this has pissed off a lot of my audience. I'm going to say, how I'm going to distract it by saying something else that pisses off a lot of my voters. Again, it's like I think I've reached a level of stupidity that's like a black hole. It's so dense, I can't comprehend it.
Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Alexander Augustine, 1 hour ago. MAGA just means we need millions more people in our country. And by millions more, he means Indians. Okay. Julian's Rum. If this is the platform, none of us are going to bother voting at midterms because clearly there's no point. This is a betrayal. There's just no other word for it. Oh, there's another word for it, man. There's another word for it. It's called being a good goy. Good goyim. Right?
They're gonna run and vote for him. They're just bullshitting right now. They're gonna run to the voting booth and vote for this guy.
They are going to vote for him. Like quite a few of them are going to vote harder, but a lot of them are also not going to, right? And the Democrats are probably going to win the midterms just because they're far more enthusiastic about it. That being said, I don't think it's going to be a normal midterms. The military and the other guys might get involved. So you might see Bangladesh-style shenanigans happen with regards to elections. So,
I think you're correct. I don't think it's going to be a normal midterms at all.
No. It's not going to be a normal. It's going to be like elections in Bangladesh and Brazil and these parts of the world, man. It's going to be something similar to that. America's not going to have a free and fair election in 2020. I don't see it happening. Because there's no reason to allow it to happen. If the Republicans allow it to happen, they're going to get absolutely fucked, right? And so they're going to mobilize these thugs on the streets. And if the Democrats simply, quote unquote, allow it to happen, right? They might get blindsided by the Republicans. So in their analysis of the chessboard, they're just like, we need to get our guys out on the streets as well. So, Sir Kenaz, welcome back to 1968. Fun edition. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Yeah, at least for all his many failings, Richard Nixon was a smart son of a bitch. He was a smart, sneaky son of a bitch, but he was smart.
Yeah.
It's like Trump is a bumbling idiot. The guy, I once said that, he was smarter than George W. Bush, which is I've owned houseplants that were smarter than George W. Bush, so that's not really a great endorsement. But it's now I'm not even sure of that.
Dick Cheney was the real president during that term, during those 2 terms. It wasn't Bush. Most of Dick Cheney had enormous sway on everything during that time, Sir Kenez. Sir Comrade, I don't know where the sound's coming from, but please mute yourself because it's getting a bit. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of it's a bit distracting. But no, the thing with Dick Cheney is that Dick Cheney was always a very ruthless character, and that's basically like George Bush was a fucking idiot, right? George Bush the younger, and
Dick Cheney literally shot someone in the face and they apologized to him for it.
Yeah. Dick Cheney was the main thing. But Trump doesn't have someone like that. Like J.D. Vance is probably less bright than Trump, which is like one hell of a statement to make. But I actually believe that, right? Yeah.
Like I know JD Vance is fake, but it doesn't seem like he's like smarter than Trump.
Yeah.
I do think he is smarter than Trump. I mean, I think J.D. Vance is smarter than Trump. Whether I remember saying in 2024, I did not even bother to vote because I'm like, look, you gave me a choice between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. You know, I can't find it in my heart to say that either of these two candidates are qualified to be president of the United States. I might have voted for a Vance Trump ticket simply because I'm like, okay, Vance is smarter than Harris, Waltz, or Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that doesn't require a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, Vance also knows how to reach out to a younger audience. And, like, I don't think he's completely, I don't think that he's senile, which is more than I can say for Trump or Biden.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's smarter than Kamala Harris. Again, if ever there was damning with faint praise, that's it.
Oh, dear.
But, we'll see what happens in 2028. Right now, I'm sure Vance is thinking about, shoving Trump down a flight of stairs just so he can get control long enough so that Trump doesn't continue to torpedo the chances of him winning in 2028.
I mean, we're assuming America kind of exists by then, but okay, so let's say America exists and J.D. Vance miraculously, I mean, he's probably going to lose in 2028 to like Newsom or somebody, but like, okay, let's say.
I'm not sure. Newsom is not a particularly good candidate. Newsom is one of the more charismatic Democratic people. I don't think Newsom or the Democratic Party understand exactly what kind of a millstone being governor of California is for a lot of people outside of California. Oh yeah, California. You mean the state that won't build like a speed line because of snail darters? The homeless capital of America. That California.
Yeah. Newsom is obviously, he's got all those things, but the thing with Trump is that Trump nuked the economy, right? That's what the Democrats are going to argue. Then they're going to argue that Trump has the Epstein files, so they can just put up a giant list of these things, right? And so it's just like, at that point, even a Caudillo like Newsom is not going to have a hard time, especially if his opponent is like J.D. Vance, who's like, okay, well, the first lady of America is going to be an Indian, and the first children of America, the first few children are going to be like Indians, right? And it's like, the Democrats are not going to make a racialist argument, right? Because that's not their style. But a lot of these like white nationalist types and whatever, which again, Trump doesn't want to admit it, but they are part of his coalition. They're not going to vote, right? Why should they? Because would they vote for, the mulattoification of America? I mean, J.D. Vance is going to bring in more immigration than Trump is. Telling you guys right now.
Okay, one thing I'd say there is I think the white nationalist ticket is to the Republicans just like the trans rights woke blue-haired movement was to the Democrats.
Yeah.
It's easy to mistake white nationalism for being more influential than it is, simply since so many of the terminally online are drawn to it.
Yeah.
I'm just
like there is that element exists, and they're not going to vote for J.D. Vance.
Yeah, I mean that element exists. I just question how large that element is. I mean, again, I know we're going to have. There's an element on blue. You can go to Blue Sky and you can see the people with blue hair screaming about how they've been betrayed and they'll never vote. They're never going to vote for a Democrat again. And if some of them will vote Democrat in the next election, but they're really not. I mean, white nationalism is not a winning political strategy.
No, it's not.
Just like, trans-identified men in women's prisons and in high school girls' locker rooms was never a winning strategy.
No.
But because it was so loudly supported online, a lot of Democratic thinkers got the idea we got to make this big turn to the hard left to really appeal to the younger voters.
Mm-hmm.
And it wound up blowing up back in their face.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think the best thing any Republican strategist can do is basically ignore what the WN crowd is saying. Yeah, you got a few gripers online. Again, gripers online.
Mm-hmm.
The gripers represent a small, but the gripers are about as representative of young conservatives as the blue danger hairs were of young left-leaning people.
They have no now. Their vote.
Hello, I got X-Med there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Constant.
So Comrade Soundfrog, just please fix your audio issues because it's I don't know what's going on there, but it's there's a lot of blurring and shit. Anyhow, but no, if it's all structural factors and what have you, and okay, so the gripers are a minority, fair enough. But again, people are going to look at the incumbent, they're going to look at the shitty economy, right? Again, the stock market crash, either we're in it or it's near, right? All these other factors, Trump won the election by 1% something. I forget the exact margin. It's a small margin, right? He's not going to get those numbers. We're already seeing the data come in for the shift, right? In Georgia and Virginia, right? And many of these counties are outright Republican counties. Some of these places, again, Republicans have not won them in 200 years or whatever the fuck, right? It's gonna be an absolute blowout. Absolute blowout. And we're not even in the market crash yet, right? So it's completely fucked. It's completely fucked. I don't see.
So enough. The only winning strategy is saying that Americans are stupid and dumb. That's the only winning strategy
According to Trump.
these people have left.
Well, according to Trump,
Yes.
insulting his voters. Well, according to Trump, insulting his voters on live television seems to be a winning strategy. That's what he believes, right? He's okay, they're a bunch of good goyim. I gotta call them goyim, right? By not using the word goyim, I'm just gonna spell it out for them. Sir Axman, you've got your hand raised. Go ahead.
All right. This is the final point I make before I have to depart.
No worries,
so, if we think about it if we think about the future from an electoral standpoint, 2026 and 2028, either Donald Trump decides to fuck it, let's do martial law and shut down the election altogether, or they're gonna somehow fumble the bag. But either way, the MAGA movement has completely usurped the Republican Party. Once they're washed the fuck out of the election or a confrontation, it doesn't matter. I don't think that they could realistically recover after the whole this whole kerfuffle. And lastly, I'd like to make is last question I'd like to make is what is the future of the Republican Party or the MAGA movement, if there even is one?
There isn't one. That's the thing. There is no future. There is no future for the Republicans, and there's no future for MAGA. Because, America's going for the full imperial collapse mode, right? MAGA might try to do, this thing where, and I think you see it a bit in the copes that they're doing, which is oh, Trump is actually just a stepping stone. And then you point out to him about J.D. Vance being a fucking Indian, and then it's no, J.D. Vance is also a stepping stone. And then you explain to them, okay, but stepping stone to the fucking cliff, and then they don't have any arguments, right? They just have a bunch of these, boorish insults and whatnot that they do. They're just a bunch of goyim, man. The goyim are gonna get slaughtered. That's what's good. Total goyim nuclear deaths. That's what we're headed towards, man. That's what we're headed towards.
Maybe that was the wrong question to ask. What I'm trying to mean is that it's that they have no future. We all knew this basically succinctly.
All you gotta do is look at their behavior. Like, let me ask you a simple question. Do these people look like they give a fuck about the future based on the way they're behaving? Right?
No.
No. So there you go. Like, you just gotta look at their behavior, man. Like, what are they saying? You gotta vote harder. Trump is a stepping stone, blah, blah, blah. We all heard this shit, man. Your buddy Trump is telling you that it's good to replace you. It's good that you're getting replaced because you're talentless. If he's telling it to your face that you're fucking goyim who deserve to be replaced, I don't know what to tell you, man. You don't have a future. There you
go. All right, I gotta go. There's a lot of people in this building I'm in right now. So take care. I hope I see you guys next time and survive these crazy times.
All right, thank you, Sir Axman. Appreciate it. Okay, Benjamin Netanyahu, 35 minutes ago. I'm reading a book called The Jews versus Rome. Okay, and then the interviewer asks, what made you pick that up? Netanyahu, well, we lost that one, but I think we have to win the next one. Sir Kenaz, what level of chutzpah is that?
Yeah. The only I was going to say that the only mistake King St. Louis made was he stopped at burning the Talmuds, but I realized that might go against Twitter terms of service, so of course I didn't say that. But I mean, it's like
would you rather, Sir Kenaz, would you rather have him being the master, or would you much rather have Sir Arnov as the master?
Sir, let's put Sir Arnov in charge of, he can be the mogul. Sir Arnov is Hindu, so he wouldn't be the mogul. We'll make him
He'd be the emperor.
Chakraputi. He will be the Chakraputi of America, and we can install him in a big office.
He can turn all the Americans, exactly, Sir Kenneth, and then he can turn all the Americans into the goy cattle that they yearn to be, that the slaves and the goy cattle that they yearn to be. And it's like, okay, well,
so long as the next time
Sir Kenneth, your Hindi has a long way to go. Buck up on, take it as an elective.
But so long as the next time Netanyahu comes to shake down Americans for money or to get some censorship fees, people just say, hey, Benjamin, I got an idea. How about you walk back towards Israel till your kippah floats?
So, Arnab, do you really think that Netanyahu and Trump are basically playing the death wish? They know the end is near. So, when both of them die, we will, America and Israel will die together.
Yeah, they're gonna die together, man.
If I'm going, everyone has to go.
Remember the tweet I mentioned earlier here when I said, the guy who's insisting, we are going to reach the banks of the Euphrates. It's right after you get a whole kilometer into Lebanon, you will.
Yeah. The thing is, all this shit, exactly, so Kenneth, and all this shit, it's the same thing Trump's saying with regard to Venezuela. 15,000 Marines, regime change any day now, guys, right? The only thing Trump is, he's completely senile. He only cares about architecture in the White House, right? His generals and his admirals are, fucking playing around, doing what they wish. And then, meanwhile, Netanyahu, he's like, okay, how do I prevent myself from going to trial and getting arrested, right? That's all they've got. One guy has chaos one way, the other guy has chaos the other way. That's what's going on here, right? Okay, this is an interesting thing. Okay. Preston Damsky, the 680,000 number of naturalizations from the first 3 quarters of 2025 per what you yourself are citing. So he's responding to one of these copiums, right? That pace extrapolated out to the whole year would be about 906,000, which is significantly in excess, so 11% more than the 2024 number for new citizenships. Sir Kenaz, what do you say to that?
It's trust the plan.
Trust the plan,
all 5D chess.
Yeah.
It's all this is 15D chess. You're going to get more. We're going to get rid of the illegal immigrants by making them legal citizens.
Yeah. And less Mexicans, more Indians. That's the 5D chess plan right there.
I mean, okay, that's a class thing right there.
Yeah.
Because the Mexicans are the people, a lot of Trump's working class supporters, have lost jobs to Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, less Mexicans, more Indians. It's like what they're saying is like, okay, I don't care about the tech people losing their jobs so long as I can keep my job at the factory.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, so it's essentially coming down to like, we know we can't get rid of everybody. Now we're going to have a class war to see which one of us is actually going to win, so who gets to be screwed by and have their wages depressed by immigration? Will it be the rich, will it be the tech bros, or will it be the working class people like with the pickup trucks?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh my gosh, these people, man. These people, man. Fugitive Caesar, Tom
But
Brady 5. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just saying one thing about the Venezuela thing. Are they targeting Venezuela because of the crude oil? Like they have 300 billion sort of crude oil this thing.
Honestly, bro, I think you're giving them too much credit. I think the reason they're targeting Venezuela is because they looked at the map and they're just like, who can we fucking push around? And initially they thought it was Iran. And then they realized, fuck, Iran has missiles. Look at what they're doing to Israel. Our master, fuck, we can't fight Iran. Right? Who else can we fight? Venezuela. Venezuela doesn't have a missile arsenal. They just got a bunch of drones and speedboats. We can fuck up Venezuela. And then somebody forgot to send them the memo that, hey guys, Venezuela has the S-300 defense system. And yes, it's third-rate Russian junk from the 1970s, right? But it can still do damage and still shoot out the jets from the sky. And then they're like, oh, fuck. So that means we gotta, mobilize more and more. And now, 1/5 of the entire fleet is sitting in the Caribbean doing nothing. I think the reason they're doing nothing is because they're scared that, yes, they can kill a bunch of women and kids in Venezuela, absolutely, but they might lose actual, ships and jets, right? And so they're like, we can't do it with casualties. We have to somehow pull it off with zero casualties, right? And that's why they're not doing anything. Sir Malcolm himself, he said, if there is no attack on Venezuela, even after moving all these ships around for several days and weeks, which costs a shit ton of money and fuel and whatnot, that's a very big sign that America's about to collapse completely. Because if you can't even fucking fight Venezuela, man, what the fuck are you doing? Right? It's just oh my gosh, these people. Rich Barris, the People's Pundit. Okay, thank you, Sir Comrade Sanfra, for sharing. Okay. Democrats are now starting to selectively release emails from the Epstein files. Because he did not listen at the time, it's going to look really bad for Donald Trump, fair or not. This was easily avoidable. Wait until you hear what Democratic staffers are preparing. Sir Kenaz, what do you think about that?
Well, again, self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Did he shoot himself in the balls or in the leg?
Yeah, I think from the way he's behaving, maybe in the head. This is you could have done what everybody else did about it. Yeah, we know there's some members of our team that are going to show up on the Epstein files. We know it's going to be really embarrassing because some of them are pretty highly placed in government. So we're going to make noises about how awful this is and how we're going to bring these people to justice any day now. And then we're just going to stop talking about it.
Yeah. Oh, Trump said something. Okay, Trump said something. Sir Kenaz, you want me to read this out?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna try and do what you do with the voice, but I think I'm gonna fail. So apologies in advance. Okay. Donald John Trump, roughly 1 hour ago. The Democrats are trying to bring up the Jeffrey Epstein hoax again because they'll do anything at all to deflect on how badly they've done on the shutdown and so many other subjects. Only a very bad or stupid Republican would fall into that trap. The Democrats cost our country $1.5 trillion with their recent antics of viciously closing our country while at the same time putting many at risk, and they should pay a fair price. There should be no deflections to Epstein or anything else, and any Republicans involved should be focused only on opening up our country and fixing the massive damage caused by the Democrats. Sir Kenaz, what do you say to that?
Again, it's like, I always am impressed by Trump. He strains my imagination. Nobody could be this stupid. Well, nobody except you, perhaps, Mr. Trump.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Breaking news. The White House says October jobs and inflation data for 2025 may never be released. Oh dear. Sir Kenaz, how bad are the numbers?
They gotta be really bad. I mean, the numbers we've been relying on have been massaged for years now.
Mhm.
We've been in recession territory for a while.
Mm-hmm.
This is all known.
But Sir Kenaz, America is in the pinkest of its health. Look at the stock market.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, how much? Yes. Fortunately, all that like all those gains aren't in what is clearly an AI bubble.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
No, I mean, we've been pumping our stock market for a long time now. You know, pretty much since 2008, nobody wanted to have a stock market downturn during their term. The problem is markets go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. That's, markets are cyclical.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is the stock market, at some point it's going to become clear just how much of our economy is essentially like shadow puppets.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. The way CPI has been calculated since 1995 has been changed 18 times. That's correct, Sir Comrade Stonefrog. Let's see what else we got here. All kinds of funny shit happening. 2017. Ooh. Okay. In a 2017 email, an unnamed individual wrote back to Epstein, "I'm at the door, but I will wait for my time. I don't want to come early to find Trump in your house." Oh my god. So Kenaz, how much doom are we gonna get a second day of Christmas / Eid simultaneously?
I mean, I'm just wondering, what is Trump or Trump's administration going to do to distract from this?
War with Venezuela?
And again, it's like, okay, all the ideas I have, each idea that comes up is dumber than the last, but I still don't think I've reached the levels of how dumb this could get.
Don't worry, Sir Kenaz. Every day the standard is going to go low and low.
Expect
there's no end to this pit. You can go down the Earth's crust, and they will still find a way to dig deeper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is like we are seeing some really dehydrated, rock hard stupid here. There ain't no question about it.
Dehydrated, rock hard stupid. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But like serious question, like both of you guys, when you started this podcast, did you ever imagine that like this would actually happen so fast, or like even in your time scale, this has happened sooner than quicker?
Sooner
than later.
Yeah, my view was that when Vox Day, like I used to read Vox Day back in the day. Nowadays I don't, because I think he went off the rails ages ago. But like Vox Day's original prediction was like by 2033 America will cease to exist. My impression was it's not going to take that long. It's probably going to be late 2020s, early 2030s, right? But like Sir Kenneth was saying, I had a lack of opacity of imagination on how retarded, fake, gay, and how much goyim Trump is to like accelerate it this much, man. Right? Like it's 2025 and America's like Sir Malcolm loves to say, America probably has 18 to 24 months left if things keep going at this pace. Right? So oh dear. Elon Musk.
What words of wit and wisdom has like Elon graced us with this time?
Let me see. People are talking about Elon Musk. I don't actually know what he said. Let me go to his Twitter and see what he's actually saying. Elon Musk. New Grok Imagine. I don't care about that, Elon. Fuck you. Okay, I don't think Elon Musk said anything. I think that was just like a false fake news or whatever. America First Post. Alright, let's see what the Goyim are up to. I'm just gonna call them Goyim Post from now on. Goyim Post. Jeffrey Epstein in a 2015 email to Landon Thomas Jr. Sir Kenneth, what do you think the email says?
Oh, what does the email say? I don't even want a chance. Like, what does it say?
Okay. Jeffrey Epstein in 2015 email to Landon Thomas Jr. Would you like photos of Donald Trump and girls in bikinis in my kitchen? Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Okay, the cope for this one's going to be like, well, were those girls over 18?
All right.
It's like, dude, he was hanging around with a pimp.
Yeah.
That's basically, you're a whoremonger, Don. It's like, there's no way to spin this, she was over 18 asshole, or even worse, she was almost 18 asshole, really isn't a good defense in a situation like this.
No. This is gonna be, it might seem like a small issue, but they're gonna make this a big issue. All right. Emails released by House Democrats show Jeffrey Epstein called Donald Trump, quote unquote, dirty during the 2019 hush money scandal. Oh, Epstein called Trump dirty. Oof. All right. And then alleged in 2011 that a victim spent hours at my house with Trump and claimed in 2015 that Trump once became so fixated watching young women swimming at his estate that he nearly walked through a glass door, leaving a nose print behind. Oh, man. Just turn America into India already. Just be done with this farce. Get out of here. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. What a fucking farce. Aging Gamergate child soldier. What is this guy? Okay. This gentleman always has the good tweets. Sometimes I read his stuff. Where are we at? Just trying to find it. If I can't find it, that's fine too. I think we've been going on for like 2.5 hours, so we already have enough material.
Yeah, I might start wanting to wrap it up soon myself.
Yeah, maybe like when you get the audio, so can I just cut out the last few bits? But like we had a lot of fun with this one. I still stand by my thesis. I think it's a good thing Americans get replaced and, their Indian overlords take over. And like, I kept on congratulating Saronov in advance, but congratulations, Saronov. You get the country for free and you get all the Goyim slaves for free as well. But no, thank you, dear listeners and readers, for tuning in. That is all for us on this one. America is fucked, Akhand Bharat edition. See you all next time, and remember, as always, Sir Kenneth, want to close it off?
The doom cometh.
The doom cometh. All right, see you guys.
Your soul is mine. No!